It's Pete here, and we're back for all the action from day 5 of the World Bridge Championship. We've got some really interesting matches about the battle around 8th spot, but there was also a round that was just absolutely full of upsets. Anyway, let's jump in and take a look. We're looking at round 13, and here we're looking at a match between China and Norway. And the first question I've got here is, with this north hand, what would you do here? So East opened 4 spades and your partner bid 5 hearts. Now, at this table, China chose to pass 5 hearts. And here, Norway chose to raise to 6 hearts. So which camp are you in? Are you bidding 6 hearts or are you passing here? So a couple of things. Firstly, partners bid at the 5 level. You've got 14 high card points. You've got the Ace of Spades, which is a great card. You've got a Source of Tricks and Diamonds, and you've got the King of Clubs. You've only got a singleton heart, but your partner has to have something for their 5 heart bid. So you could easily imagine a world where partners, maybe you've got 1 heart loser, maybe partner's got Ace, King, Jack 10 to 7 hearts, King of Diamonds, Ace of Clubs, and Slam could make pretty easily. Or sometimes you've got 2 heart losers, sometimes they rough a spade. Now, I reckon this is an extraordinarily close decision. The general philosophy I have when the opponents preempt is that I'm aggressive to game and pretty conservative towards Slam. But even this is pretty touch and go about whether you've got a 6 heart bid. Slam could just be absolutely lay down. But I would probably pass, but I don't know. I'd still be thinking about whether or not I should be bidding on it. Anyway, when we open up all the cards, here partner has a 7-4, and the only losers that you've actually got are in hearts. So you've got King, Queen, 4th heart offside, so Slam goes down today. You'd need East to have Doubleton honor in hearts to actually make Slam. So here, China actually got a nice pickup here, and we'll jump into the results from round 13. Here, Norway inked out a win, 31-30 over China here, but there was so many really interesting matchups here. So Italy versus USA 2. So here Italy had a decent win over USA 2, and Italy's closing in on that 8th spot. Belgium versus Poland. They're now in 7th and 8th spot. Belgium had a nice win over Poland just to pop themselves up into 8th spot at the moment. And then we had India versus Singapore. So India had a nice win over Singapore. So they're in 9th spot. And then also we had a couple of other interesting ones. So New Zealand had a good win over UAE, and Netherlands got the full 20 over Morocco. And also Egypt actually went negative. So they had some fines here. Looks like they also had like a 1.5 VP fine for slow play. So some really interesting matches there. Let's jump into round number 14. So here we've got a tight battle between Ireland and Italy, and this really interesting hand cropped up where West opened 2 hearts. North came in with 3 diamonds and went double, pass, 3 hearts, pass, pass. South doubled, and North bid 3 no trumps, and East now doubled. I'm not exactly sure how everyone's playing all these doubles. Doesn't look like East-West were playing this double as a penalty double, even though I would usually play it as a penalty double. Anyway, double of 3 no trumps is for penalties. This double is probably just a takeout double. That's how I'd expect it. Anyway, North's playing 3 no trumps, and they actually get a spade lead. And dummy comes down with this 8 count, and you've only got 12. So you've got 20 high card points, and you're in 3 no trumps. Well, you've got your work cut out for yourself. So here they started with a spade lead, and that runs around to your 9 to start with. And now they started by leading the Queen of Diamonds. They figured they don't have that many entries to the south hand. Let's just give up 1 diamond, and hopefully we can maybe pick up the diamonds and enjoy the diamonds later. So they came out the Queen. If you started with like the Ace of Diamonds, your entries to the north hand would be a bit shot. Okay, so it goes Queen of Diamonds, but this actually loses to West, who pushes a heart through, which isn't particularly appealing, but Jack and Ace. And now they come out King of Spades, Ace of Spades, And now they play a heart, and they set up the heart. So they take the king of hearts. At this stage, you've lost 4 tricks. You need all of the rest of the tricks from here. Well, you've got the jack of spades, which is set up to be a winner. You could take the club finesse as well. And I kind of like taking the club finesse. Like if there was a doubleton king of clubs on side, you'd be okay. So here they go in, they finesse the club, and then they lay down the ace. And here the king of clubs does not fall. So they took their spade and just threw a heart away. And now is the pivotal moment. Do you finesse the jack or not? If you finesse the jack, you might not get any more tricks. If you take the finesse and it works, you can make. So here, in this doubled contract, you're either making 3 no trumps or you're going for 800. So there's a absolutely pivotal moment of do you finesse or not? And here, they went all in. They took the finesse rather than going, otherwise, I'm just going for 500. What's the big difference between 500 and 800? Let's take the finesse. And it works, and you get 9 tricks for 550 for 3 no doubled. You've only got 20 high card points, and you scrape that in. Now, at the other table, though, it went 2 hearts, 3 diamonds, and East bid 4 hearts, which looks like a reasonable shot. If partner's got, say, king, queen to 6 hearts, then maybe you've got 6 heart tricks, you've got 2 spades, maybe you can ruff a diamond, maybe the king of clubs is on side. I can see a world where we've got 10 tricks. Here, partner actually has king, jack, 3rd diamond. This is the worst diamond holding they could actually have. And South just doubles, and that goes all pass. So here, the layout that allowed North-South to make 3 no trumps also means the layout for East-West in 4 hearts is not pretty. So they started with a club, and then they shifted through the king, jack, 3rd diamond, and just ace of diamonds, and then got a diamond ruff. They now took the ace of clubs, and just continued a club and East ruffed, and they just played ace of hearts. And when South showed out, that was actually 800 here. So even though Ireland in the other table managed to make 3 no doubled, it wasn't quite good enough because the other table went for 800. It's one of these, oh, so close, sort of like, oh, we felt good about that board, but it can happen. It's bridge. So let's look at the results from this round. So here, I wanted to highlight the Panama versus USA 2 team. Panama has been sort of outclassed in this event, but they were playing USA 2, who was in 3rd spot, and they only lost by 7 imps. This was actually their best result. Also, India versus South Africa. India had a nice win over South Africa here, so they're closing in on that 8th spot. And also, Morocco had a nice win over Hong Kong there. So there was some the interesting matches from round number 14. Let's jump in and take a look at round 15. Okay, so here East-West playing transfer responses to a club. So it went 1 club, 1 diamond showing hearts. They bid a heart, 2 diamonds. Here I think it's just game forcing, and I think East confirmed that they actually just had 4 hearts and a minimum. That would be my expectation of what this auction means. And West just said, let's play in 4 hearts. And here, South had to choose a lead, and they led the Queen of Diamonds. Now, Queen of Diamonds from Queen Jack's fine, but how often do you get that feeling that whenever you lead Queen from that, there's always like Ace 10 or King 10 in the dummy, and they have just now picked up that suit? Well, it strikes again. But here, they win the King, and they started drawing trumps, and South got in, and basically, their only hope here for trying to beat the contract was if their partner had the king of clubs. So they switched to the ace of clubs, and a club and 4 hearts made 11 tricks. So they finessed the diamond, 11 tricks here. At the other table, it started off pretty similarly. They were playing transfer responses to a club as well, but it went 1 club, 1 diamond, 2 hearts, confirming the 4-card suit straight away. And now West bid 3 no trumps with their 4-3-3 shape, offering a choice of game, saying, well, which game do you want to play? And East with scattered values elected just to play 3 no trumps. Now, here you get the Queen of Spades lead. And on the hand, you've got 2 spades, you've got 2 hearts, you've got 2 diamonds, You can build an extra trick in hearts when they're 3-2. And you can basically get 1 club by force, but that's still only 8 tricks. So you still need to find your 9th trick somewhere. And basically clubs or hearts are the best prospect. Maybe there would be a singleton, honor and hearts. Maybe there was queen jack doubleton. But clubs, you've got a couple of options. Firstly, if you just want to play clubs, the way that you would actually want to do this is lead through someone, hope that they've got a doubleton ace of clubs, and then duck around. So this wasn't how the play went, but here, for instance, on this hand, you could just lead a low club. If South takes the ace, you're good. And if they play low, you win the queen, and then you can actually just duck the next round and the ace would appear. So that's how you could do it on this hand. You could lead through someone with the doubleton ace. And if North had the doubleton ace, you would actually start club towards the king and then duck a club back. So that's how you could play the club suit. The other alternative that you've really got for making 9 tricks is maybe you can end play them. And if someone has 3 clubs to the ace and has to lead away from their ace in the end, then you can actually get 2 tricks. So here they started with ace of hearts and a heart and just set up their extra heart. And North showed out, so South's got the longer hearts. So if you're ever going to play for a doubleton ace, you want the clues of which hand is showing out, who's likely to have more of that suit or not. And now they shifted to a spade, which got ducked, and then another spade, which they won. And here you've got an interesting choice of where you want to go. So they cash the ace of hearts and they ditch a club. And we're sort of at a crossroads here. Now, some diamonds have been discarded. So it is possible that diamonds are 2-2 at this stage. It would mean that there was a misdefense and that they've discarded incorrectly. But they play a diamond to the king and a diamond back. So they've given up on the club 2-2, the doubleton ace of clubs line, but they were checking if diamonds worked. And here, I think they're also setting up to potentially have an end play in clubs. Now, if South didn't have this spade, but actually had 1 more club, then you could exit the diamond and make from here. But here it actually says that they lead a club. And I have my doubts about this. Sometimes geograph can be wrong, but I actually don't see how a club up here can ever be right. Yeah, I think a club play loses, so I would have expected that they exited a diamond here. But at any rate, here 3-no actually goes down. They get the ace of clubs, they get their diamond, and they can lead a spade over to their partner. So they get 2 spades, they get a heart, a club, and a diamond, and actually go down 1. So 3-no went down 1. So Norway had a healthy pickup, but I thought this was an interesting one where you get to offer 3-no as a choice. Here, 4 hearts still played better. An interesting play problem, which way you actually go. But in the end, a game pickup for Norway. So looking at the results from round 15, and this one was just absolutely stacked with upsets. So firstly, the New Zealand-Norway, Norway had a small win over New Zealand, but here India had a big win over the Netherlands. And that sort of rocketed them up into 5th spot. Hong Kong had a win over Ireland. China beat USA 2, so China had a big win over USA 2. The UAE got the full 20 off Switzerland. Switzerland, the previous winners of this, they've been up in the 1st spot. They've been in around the top 3. UAE completely smashing Switzerland. And also Singapore beat Australia handily. So this one was just full of upsets all over the place. You wouldn't have been able to predict many of these results. But UAE came out swinging and beat up Switzerland. So heaps of upsets today. There's only 3 days left of qualifying, so we're getting towards the pointy end. We'll have a look at the cross table and see who's left to play, who's in a good spot in the coming days. But looking at all the results here, in the Open, Norway's in 1st, Poland in 2nd, Switzerland in 3rd. In the women's, the Venice Cup, Poland is in first, Sweden in second. Those two are miles ahead. Turkey in third, who's still quite a way ahead of fourth. So those top three really consolidating there. In the seniors, Poland in first, USA in second, USA in third. And in the mixed, the Wuhan Cup, Germany in first, Italy in second, USA in third. Thanks all for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow for more action from the World Championships.